Morning guys. Well, it's raining and I have to take Harris the dog to the vet for her 6 monthly checkup. Harris? Yeah. And I can't go on the bus because she stinks. She has a skin disease and it smells really bad, and it's been raining so it smells even worse. And the last time I took her on the bus and she smelled this bad, I caused a little bit of a rumpus because I'd taken her upstairs. It's this bloody helicopter there, look. But I got off the bus a little bit too early for the stop, so I had to stand at the bottom of the stairs. And these Jamaican women started to have a right go at me because she smelled so bad. They were going on about it was going to make them ill, and I was trying to explain to them how smell doesn't make you ill. Anyway, while I'm looking at this, I've been looking at this on and off. God. From weeks, months, and it's obviously had some Victorian usage because it's got all these tiles, and I'm thinking maybe this was the place where they did make some of these tiles. So it's got the Old Imperial, so I'm going to do some research on this, but you can see how old it is. And also I've been looking at some of the newer buildings and they look as if they've got old foundations, so that's something else I'm going to be looking into. This is one of the churches I previously looked at. You can see how the facing on this now. I mean, it's just obvious to me now that this is old architecture with facing. You can see it. This is old here, look. It's not new, but God, bloody dog. See this here as well. So the Old Imperial, don't know, maybe it is tile works, because look, it seems to some really nice sort of herringbone tiling there, and more of that tiling that you see on a lot of the Victorian houses there. So I'm going to start investigating some of the buildings now rather than continuing to just keep filming. So I'll start with this one. I've done this church, but I don't even know if I have now. It's the Church of Battersea Fields, and now it's not looking quite so familiar. Wow, look at this stone here though. I've got to watch the time because I get so lost in filming. That I forget I'm going to the vets basically, and then look at this one. So all along this road you've got these oldie worldy houses that go under, and then these amazing things. Sorry if I've just got to be careful of the roads and keep an eye out for big dogs, because she thinks she's a cat, so she goes after big dogs. Look at this place. This is old architecture here and here. All under. Look at these here. This is the sort of thing, we got this sort of on my houses in my street, that sort of detail. And these gables. And these filled arches. What's that about? Yeah. So, trying to do this with one hand. So Properts, more tiling. Yeah. I'm pushed for time now, but I'm researching this row of mansions down here, and I've just asked builders if they're basemented, but they don't know. All of these mansions here Primrose Mansions. It's one called Flowers. It's still built by this guy, allegedly called Flowers. In the usual time frame, but I'm highly suspicious of these. I mean, he built them in like a record amount of time as well. Look how far down they go. And there's a lot of celebrities living here. But from the outside, there's no evidence of down under, but much evidence with these brick window ledges, etc., of old architecture. There's a bit up here where it sort of opens up into the sky. So when this Cyril Flowers chap had these things built, apparently he contracted different Battersea builders. So I think different Battersea builders just did different sticking on stuff, different restoration, because this one is much less sort of done up and facaded than this one. Oh really, I've got to cross over. I'm going to have to go on a bus soon. I'm pushing time. It's quite a long way to go. So, something else that I'm looking into, where these were, York Mansions, where these was another one of those humongous glass houses, and it was Prince Albert's glass house, Prince Albert's exhibition. Now, considering that Prince Albert had the brainwave in 1849 for Crystal Palace, he had his own built, which isn't talked about, and it said it wasn't very successful, and they built this where it was. It just all smells so fishy to me. So these here are the Prince of Wales mansions. I think this is the last block, and we're coming up to that bit that I'm on about, that opens up to the sky, because this to me, I think I've shown this before, or I filmed it and then never did the video. The centrepiece of that and the end bit, and there's 4 gables, stone top gables, and this to me is old world, or what some call Tartarian. You see, that is no way Victorian. I just can't begin to imagine what London must have looked like. That must have been, oops, bloody dog. That must have been the Technasma up there. I'll show you where it opens the sky. This would have been the entrance, I'm guessing. Hey, look. How cool is that? They've extended that to fill it, I think. It would have been 2 separate blocks. And here too. What do you think? I don't know. Maybe it was like this. But Victorian? Dear God, can you imagine the amount of labour? And you've seen how long this row is. I think there's 5 or 6 blocks of these things. Anyway, I've seriously got to get a move on. Right, I want to show you these flats here, because most of them are empty. They've all been built by property developers. Some of them have got people in, but mostly it's just to buy up the land and fill it. And they're selling these things as second homes abroad, to people abroad, and they just don't stay in them. Look, you can see they're all empty up there. They put these little Dog. They put these little false plants in so it looks as if there's people in there, you know? It's a good one up here. This one here. When we moved here 12 years ago, none of this was here. None of it. This has all been put up. QVC shopping store was here. And they've just built these things and there's nobody in them. Look. They're empty. London's housing prices would be sold pretty sharpish, wouldn't it? If they started letting these things out instead of letting them just lie there. All up there. Hey guys, so another day, another dollar. I'm out again, but I've just come down to Clapham Junction to shop, and I just had to show you these buildings that are being done up here. So they start here, yeah, and all this huge block here, and got this one here, and it goes all the way down to the end of this block here. Now, all of these things here are different properties: NatWest, Wolfstones, Ryman, Prater Manger, just Flying Tiger. They're all different firms. Now, I'm assuming the whole 3 blocks is owned by the same people, and they're having them all. That must be bloody billionaires. But this is what they do. This is how they do it. You can see how they do it. Just get up there and sort it out. That's what they did then, and that's what they're doing now. It's just a case of like tidying it up for the next round. But I don't know what's going on here, but they're bringing out all sorts of crap out at the top of this house here. My son's borrowed my little digicamera to go away with, but they're sort of like, look, coming out of that building up there. So yeah, it's what they do, going on all over London. If they're not putting up empty penthouses, they're doing up the old stuff.